The January transfer window is officially open as teams begin to make their moves and bring personnel on board for the business end of the season. Chelsea are already believed to be pulling out of a pursuit for Real Madrid playmaker Isco, while under fire Arsenal star Mesut Ozil will reject all loan advances. Stay with Sportsmail for all the latest transfer news and activity as it unfolds. Live. Jordan Seward host commentator Danny Gallagher host commentator Auto Update 17:15 Fenerbahce want to sign Fabregas on a free in the summer. Chelsea midfielder Cesc Fabregas is wanted by Fenerbahce with his current deal at the Blues set to expire in June. Representatives of the Super League outfit are in London discussing a possible switch, according to reports in Turkey. The 31-year-old Spaniard has played just 5 matches in the Premier League under Maurizio Sarri this campaign. Click here for the full story. 1648 Willian urges Chelsea to give Luiz a new deal. Adam Crafton. Chelsea winger Willian has urged the club to secure an extension on David Luiz's contract as the Brazilian centre-half is now free to discuss a summer move with foreign clubs. Luiz's current deal at Chelsea expires this summer, and he is still to agree terms on a new contract. As such, he is free to sign an agreement for next season with overseas clubs from Tuesday. Chelsea have a club policy that dictates players over the age of 30 should only be handed one-year extensions, and Luiz, 31, knows he can secure a longer-term deal with greater security elsewhere. Click here for the full story. 1618 Southampton to let Davis leave to join Rangers. Simon Jones. Southampton will allow Stephen Davis to rejoin Rangers if they can agree on a contract offer. Davis is in the final 6 months of his contract and Steven Gerrard is keen to bring him back to Ibrox. The Scottish Premiership club will most likely struggle to raise the funds to meet Southampton's valuation of the player, but will try to compromise by signing him for a smaller compensation fee. Click here for the full story. 1533 Inter Milan want Kovacic return. Inter Milan are keen on bringing Mateo Kovacic back to the club and are plotting a move to sign him in the summer. The Real Madrid midfielder is currently on loan at Chelsea, but there is no option included in the deal for the Premier League side to buy him permanently. Inter are confident they can lure him back to Italy in the summer with the promise of regular game time, with Kovacic unlikely to get it in the Spanish capital. Click here for the full story. 1452 Gooch commits to Sunderland. The Black Cats have been handed a boost after USA international Lyndon Gooch committed his future to the club. Gooch, who last week celebrated his 23rd birthday, has signed to remain on Wearside until at least 2022. After progressing through the youth system, Gooch made 57 league appearances for the club in the last 3 years. (1407) Spurs move on. Youngster Jayden Brown is making his way to Huddersfield after Tottenham came to an agreement with the Terriers. The England U19 international was unveiled by his new club on New Year's Day and has signed a deal until 30 June 2021 with the option of a further year. (1359) Wilkes pens new Leeds deal. Striker Malik Wilkes has signed a new deal with Leeds, running until 2022. The 20-year-old forward is currently on loan with Doncaster and will remain so until the end of the current campaign, after agreeing an extension. "Absolutely delighted to have signed a new deal at Leeds," the youngster declared on Twitter. (1305) Hyndman returns to Bournemouth. Emerson Hyndman has returned to Bournemouth following the completion of his loan spell. The American midfielder sealed a 6-month loan switch to Hibernian at the beginning of the season. The Scottish side confirmed on New Year's Day that Hyndman would return, as originally stipulated in the agreement. (1244) Heaton's change of heart after losing his place to Joe Hart. Burnley keeper Tom Heaton was assessing his options. Now, after winning his place back in the side, Heaton has suggests his thoughts have changed. With January coming and me not playing, it was uncertain, Heaton told Sky Sports when asked about his Burnley future amid links with Aston Villa and Leeds United. "Does that change now? I would imagine so. At 32 I don't really have too much time to waste. Not for 1 minute did I want to go anywhere, but sometimes it has got to be looked at." That probably changes now. Tom Heaton's recent Burnley return may have altered his plans. 1235 Stockley and Demand. Exeter City have confirmed a number of clubs have exercised a release clause in striker Jayden Stockley's contract, with one of the sides reported to be Preston. Stockley, the joint top scorer in League Two this season with 16 goals, is now free to speak to the clubs interested in his services. The buyout fee of the player is believed to be in the region of £750,000. Exeter City striker Jayden Stockley has had his release clause activated. 1221 Walsall signed Jarvis on loan. Walsall have secured the loan capture of Norwich winger Matt Jarvis. The 32-year-old will make the switch until the end of the season. In further transfer movement, Dylan Parker has joined Rushall Olympic on loan for the remainder of the campaign. (1147) Dream come true. Done deal at Deepdale as Preston North End secure the services of Josh Ginelly. The 21-year-old has completed a permanent move from Walsall on a 2.5-year deal with an undisclosed fee. Ginelly has been allocated the No.17 shirt and will be available for selection for the next league game at home to Swansea City. (1131) Signed and sealed a completed deal to tell you about as former Sunderland man Papi Djilabadji signs for Gingham. The 30-year-old Senegal international had been without a club since the Black Cats terminated his contract back in September. He's signed a contract running until the end of the current season and will take the number 3 shirt. $11.28 Celtic table bid for Ivory Coast striker Stephen McGowan. Celtic will this week begin formal negotiations for the £2 million transfer of Ivory Coast striker Vakan Bayo. Slovakian club Donetsk Strita last night confirmed that they have received a bid believed to be worth £1. $75 million from the Scottish champions. The Slovaks want a fee in excess of £2.3 million before agreeing to sell their top scorer, with sporting director Jan van Dale telling Sportsmail, "We confirm we have received an official offer from Celtic of which we acknowledge receipt." "We are planning to start the negotiation process in due course." 10:51 City wants Spanish wonderkid Manchester City are closing in on a deal to sign talented Spanish youngster Oscar Terenci from Espanyol. According to Spanish newspaper Sport, negotiations over a January move for the left-sided 15-year-old close to being completed. City have won the race to sign Terenci, who is free to sign for another club when he turns 16 on January 10. Read the full story here. Oscar Terenci is a starlet in demand. 10:08 Liverpool to lose youngster to Lazio. Liverpool winger Bobby Adekani is negotiating a 5-year deal with Serie A side Lazio ahead of a potential departure. The highly rated 19-year-old has been talking to the Rome club for the last month, reports Corriere dello Sport. Following a consistent spell in the Reds' youth setup, Adekani has failed to force himself into contention for senior side consideration. If he can agree terms, he will leave Anfield next summer. Bobby Adekani, centre, is poised to depart Merseyside in favour of Lazio. 9:32 Premier League clubs to battle for Abraham. Matt Barlow. Tammy Abraham's loan spell at Aston Villa is in danger of being cut short, with 4 Premier League clubs keen on landing the Chelsea striker in the January transfer window. Wolves, Huddersfield, Burnley, and Crystal Palace are all interested in landing Abraham, who has scored 14 goals in all competitions for Villa this season, on loan. Abraham had successful loan spells at Bristol City and Swansea before heading for Villa last summer. Read the full story here. Man in demand, Premier League clubs are now eyeing up Tammy Abraham. 9:15 Ozil to snub loan offers. Mesut Ozil will reject all offers of a loan move away from Arsenal in January in favour of fighting to win back his place in the team, according to reports. The German playmaker appears to have fallen out of favour at the Emirates in recent months and has been in and out of the team under manager Unai Emery. Speculation mounted after Ozil was omitted from the matchday squad for the recent crunch match with Liverpool. Read the full story here. Ozil has become a marginal figure in recent weeks at the Emirates. 9:13 Chelsea's Isco dismay. A glance back over one of the bigger stories. Chelsea appear set to end their pursuit of Madrid playmaker Isco. A A last-minute demand for higher wages may have ended the Blues' hopes of landing the £75 million midfielder in January. The Spanish playmaker has found himself on the periphery of the first team under new boss Santiago Solari and has been linked with several Premier League sides. Isco could be set to finally depart Real Madrid, but his wage demands are high. 9:10 Good morning, first things in order, Happy New Year. Hopefully the hangover isn't too bad. Today is the day. The January transfer window is officially open. It's always a notoriously tough window to get deals done, but teams must now act if they are to bring personnel in for the business end of the season. Stay with Sportsmail for every single murmur and movement. Live. Id 6,544,143 channel sport page or https://www. dailymail.co.uk Sport football article 6,544,143 transfer news. Live Chelsea set and Isco pursuit. Ozil prepares reject loan. HTML status running green box body modified order 100.